Hello and welcome to Sinlando Soundwaves. I'm Margot Raisler, and this is week 35, day 172. Today our reading is from Luke 1, 67 through 80. His father Zechariah was filled with the Holy Spirit and prophesied, "Praise be to the Lord, the God of Israel, because he has come and has redeemed his people. He has raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he said through his holy prophets of long ago, salvation from our enemies and from the hand of all who hate us, to show mercy to our fathers and to remember his holy covenant, the oath he swore to our father Abraham, to rescue us from the hand of our enemies and to enable us to serve him without fear in holiness and righteousness before him all our days. And you, my child, will be called a prophet of the Most High, for you will go on before the Lord to prepare the way for him, to give his people the knowledge of salvation through the forgiveness of their sin, because of the tender mercy of our God, by which the rising sun will come to us from heaven, to shine on those living in darkness and in the shadow of death, to guide our feet into the path of peace." And the child grew and became strong in spirit, and he lived in the desert until he appeared publicly to Israel. Now let us consider our 7 arrows or 7 questions. What does this passage say? Question 2. What did this passage mean to its original audience? Question 3. What does this passage tell us about God? Number 4. What does this passage tell us about humanity? Number 5. What does this passage demand of me? 6. How does this passage change the way I relate to people? 7. What does this passage prompt me to pray to God? Now let's consider a brief devotional from 7 Arrows. Zechariah's prophecy is a summary of the story of the Old Testament. Because God's Spirit filled him, Zechariah uniquely understood that Jesus would be the answer to every promise made by God. First up, John the Baptist would come before Jesus and prepare the people for his birth. John would be the last in a long line of people God raised up to point forward to the coming of Jesus. Zechariah referred to God's covenant, the promise he made with Israel beginning in Genesis. Remember, this covenant promise was not based on the obedience of Israel, but God pledged his love to the nation and committed to bring about a plan for their salvation. Beginning with John and then through Jesus, God would break the silence of the past 400 years with the birth of his promised one. Sadly, the ones who should have been looking for Jesus' coming would reject him and miss his offer of salvation. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope you'll tune in again tomorrow.